Hi everybody, I'm back with part 5, the conclusion of the discs and ruins of Pyramus Fossae. In this conclusion we'll be checking out some of the best artifacts and anomalies from parts 1 to 4, and we're analyzing the photograph called Possible Olivine-Rich Terrain, and as always you can find links to the original material in the description below. This photograph from the high-rise was acquired on the 17th of August 2008 at a resolution of 25 centimeters per pixel, and I'll be showing you images cropped from the JP2 B&White map projected file. And I think this is one of the best JP2s I've ever downloaded. It's 1.2 gigabytes, but well worth it. On the left is a crop from the low-res JPEG. And I was going to present anomalies I found in the last fifth of this high-rise photograph, this strip to the right. But this part of the photograph is so blurry, I'm not even going to attempt to show you what I found there, because it just breaks up. Terrible part of the image. This particular high-rise photograph is located in this region, just to the right of this huge plain, and then next to a range of some hills and mountains to the right. Also directly next to another area in which you can check out the anomalies I found in the Sardonian Neolithic artists and builders of Mars. So this region over here is of very high interest to me. Located 47.23 degrees north, 49.51 degrees east. And the first one we're checking out is this little, what I think might be a little craft of about 5 to 6 meters in diameter. And we can see there's some symmetry and geometry behind this design. We've got like a disc, and then on either side what looks like two little winglets and a little dome right there in the center. One of my followers on Facebook actually tried to enhance this, and I don't know, it just looks to me as if this is artificially made. The enhancement that he did shows that this looks like some type of coral or something like that, but I don't know, guys. The next disc is 12 meters in diameter, and it's got a nicely rounded edge to it. Shows some depth to the disc, smooth flat surface as well, slightly convex in shape. Another disc-like anomaly over there. This one's about 15 meters in diameter, and 2/3 of it is buried in sand. You can check the one rounded side there, and then on either side of this strange dome we've got those two dark spots, and then a very similar one, also about 15 meters in diameter, and a large portion of the disc is also buried. Also shows some depth over here and a nice rounded edge on that side. And then a teardrop shaped oval anomaly or part on the top. And on either side we've got those two smaller parts. Some symmetry there as well. And there they are, next to one another for comparison. We're checking out a rather strange anomaly over here, about 10 by 10 meters, with a dome of about 4 meters in diameter on top. And this is from the blurry part of the photograph. So we've got straight edges and nicely rounded corners. Very similar to another one that we found in Kanowski from the video called the Ancient Mars-Kanowski Asimov Link Hypothesis. Also we have a large skirt or base, and then on top a rounded dome-like feature there. Also basically same size and almost same geometry. Another disc over here of about 8 meters in diameter, a little dome on it of about 4 meters in diameter right there. And there's some others. Check out this one. This is from Elysium Planitia near the InSight lander, partially covered in sand and dust. Check out that dome there. This is a very good example, one of the best I've been able to find so far. There's another disc. Check out that sharp edge to it, little part there in the middle. This is from the video called Saucer-Shaped Craft, found in Ionia Terra. Check out that little disc over there. That one's about 6 meters in diameter. From the video called Weird Megalithic and Other Objects South of Hussey. There's another bright disc object about 6 meters in diameter, lying on its side, partially buried on this one side. Also check out the perfect circular shape to this object, and then there in the center, small flattened dome. There's another disc-shaped object here and one to the right. Both these are about 10 meters in diameter. And if we zoom up close, you can check on this one, we've got like a V-shaped object, and then a rounded side over there. This one over here to the right, if we zoom in there, we can also see this one's got some straight edges to it with rounded corners, similar to one presented earlier in this video. And then in the center we've got those smaller parts. But check out the geometry of these dark spots, equally spaced and almost same size as well. Here's another very symmetrical and geometrical object, about 8 meters across, with the rounded side there, a disc shape on this side. And then check out those dark spots. Also, if we draw a line through the center, that dark spot there falls right on that center line, and then these smaller spots, same sort of size and spacing. There's another disc over there, about 12 meters in diameter, and it's got a little triangle on top of it with what looks like a little hole right there in the center. Check out the rounded side, and then attached to this one side over there to the right, we've got that donut shape or ring over there. Rather strange object as well. 2 more discs in this region of the photograph, also about 12 meters across. And on this one we can see multiple straight sides. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over there. And then in the center, that smaller part there. Also very symmetrical design this. And then the other object to the right. We've got straight edges and rounded corners with smaller parts on top. And then a rounded dome-shaped object to the left. Another disc-shaped object there, about 6 meters in diameter. And we can see the rounded side. And then on either side we've got those 2 pieces coming off at right angles. And in the center, that smaller part there. So there's a similar design. Check out this triangular object there, about 10 meters tall, and a very smooth flat surface with what looks like a part on there with a hole cut into it. Little wind trap There we've got another disc-shaped object located to the top right, about 8 meters in diameter, rounded side to it, partially buried, and right there in the center some smaller parts. Another disc-shaped object here, about 6 meters in diameter, got a rounded edge to it, and in the center that smaller part there, also partially covered in sand. This is a weird object over here, about 12 meters tall by about 5 meters across, and on top of it this long narrow rectangular piece right there through the center line. So more symmetry and geometry in this. A strange object over here. This is a massive piece, 20 meters across, and what makes this one anomalous is the two narrow grooves cut into it over there, same angles, and then a smaller part in the center. It looks almost like a sculpture with two eyes and a nose. Not that it is, but there is some symmetry in this design. And then compared to another one, this is from part 3, the Sidonian Neolithic artists and builders. Also got two narrower parts there, same as there. Also looks like some type of sculpture or face, two eyes. Not that those are, but there's some similarity over there as well, just the nose is missing here. Two parts broken apart, about 20 meters across. Not sure if this was one piece that broke apart, if these are two interlocking pieces next to one another. There's some others, part 2 and part 3, the Sidonian Neolithic artists and builders, check that out. Also got a rounded side to all three of these. Another hexagon shape over here, partially buried in sand. Each of the sides is about 6 meters long. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Some symmetry and geometry in that design too. Similar to others from part 1 and 3, the Sidonian Neolithic artists and builders. Got the similarities there. Got a huge square block over here. Each side is about 5 meters long. You can see 4 of the sides. You got straight edges and right angles to this piece, and then a smaller part coming off on the one side. Similar to others, this is from some of the best evidence of megalithic blocks and ruins on Mars, Elysium Planitia, close to the Insight lander. Also we can check some similar design features with this rounded part sticking off, these two as well. And the long narrow object looks like some type of pillar or column. That's about 12 meters long, and it's lying across the top of that dune, straight sides to it, long narrow object, very unusual. Some more discs over here. So this one's about 10 meters across, and that square protrusion on it is about 2 meters by 2 meters. Nice rounded side to it. And this one over here to the left, got a nice little triangular object on top, similar to some others coming up in this video. Check out the symmetry in that. Okay, yeah, we're looking at this part to the bottom center of this image, about 10 meters across. Check out that rounded side, a nice perfect arc to it. And then in the center, that smaller bright part. About 12 meters across. Check out the straight ridge line running through here, and then the two rounded sides coming up to that rounded apex over there. Yeah, we've got a little structure on top of a structure. That little triangle is about 6 by 6 meters. So check that out. It looks like there's an opening over there and another one on this side. Looks almost like a little structure on top of this rectangular piece. Okay, here's some more of those. Check out the object over there just to the left. Another little structure on top of this slab. Smooth, bright object over there, about 6 by 6 meters. Doesn't look like a typical boulder or rock. And then let's see, where's this object? There to the left. Another little triangle on top of a larger slab or base. Each side of this triangle is about 6 meters long. Check that out. And then another little structure on top of a slab or base. Check that out there. Got straight edges, rounded corners, 90-degree angles. And here they are next to one another for comparison. These two over here from part 1 and 2, the discs and ruins of Pyramus Fossae. There we've got a square object. Each side on that is about 5 by 5 meters. And in the center, we've got that little dome. Straight edges, 90-degree angles to this piece. Yeah, we're looking at another disc-like feature there and one to the bottom. And both of these are about 10 meters across. Check out the rounded side here, partially buried in sand on this side. And then through the center line, this smaller object there. And a thin, narrow piece casting that shadow on this right-hand side. And then this, some more alignment of smaller parts. This is also about 10 meters across. Check out this rounded ridge line running through there. Through the center line, we've got that dark spot, and then two dark spots on either side. So there's some alignment of these smaller dark spots on this bright object. Here we've got another square slab or base with a long narrow piece on top in the center line, and that narrow piece in the center is about 6 meters long. Got straight edges and right angles in this geometry as well. Check out this piece, it looks like some type of wreckage maybe. About 12 meters long, straight edges, right angle here and a rounded corner, and it looks like there's a little indentation over here with this part slightly curved up. Check it, the shadow it casts, looks slightly bent up as well. And then a piece that looks like a precious stone, not that this one is, but it's about 6 by 6 meters. Check it, the way it's been cut, almost like a ruby or a precious stone, with this part carved out along the edge, straight sides, right angles and rounded corners. Some design in that as well. This is another one of those strange megalithic blocks or slabs with knobs or protrusions on them. And this piece is about 10 meters tall, and through the center line there we've got two protrusions, same size. Check out the spacing, parallel to this one side. Nice rounded edge over there. 90-degree angle on this bottom side. Another triangular structure there, about 15 meters across. You can see the three sides. Looks like this top part is slightly raised, and on either side we've got these two smaller parts. So some geometry and symmetry as well. Look at the center line here. We've got that part there, and then same sort of spacing. We've got that dark spot on this side. Some others, these are from part 3, the Cydonia Neolithic artists and builders of Mars. This is a very good example. Pristine condition. Okay, here we're looking at another multiple-sided base or slab with a strange part in the center. This piece is about 10 meters across, and we've got that smaller little part there in the center of that larger piece. And then this object over here, located to the left of this image, that disc is about 6 meters in diameter, and it seems to be coming out of this part over the top. Looks like multiple layering over here, got a straight edge coming through there, and then a rounded side, and then a small little protrusion on the one side over there. Perhaps that could be one there as well. Similar to another object, same sort of size, from Mars, the ancient Egyptian link, the evidence. Got a rounded scoop or part to it there. Got this part on top, a little protrusion or dark spot on either one of these. Little winglet coming off here. Looks almost like a scarab that's been carved in stone, just like those found in Egypt. And I feature those stone carvings as found in Egypt in this video, so check that out. Two sculpted pieces over here. This one's about 10 by 10 meters. Got three edges to it, two parallel grooves with this rounded disc there in the center. Check it, that shadow it casts. Also very similar to this part to the left, where we've got another smaller part wedged between two sides as well, with a little sphere of about 1 meter in diameter there in the top, and this rounded part on the left. And then this unusual piece about 15 to 20 meters long. It's got this strange design to it, very similar to another one. Some of the best evidence of megalithic blocks and ruins on Mars, check that out. This is also close to the InSight lander in Elysium Planitia. Let's hop over to Mars and check out these anomalies and some others in this region. And we go through to the northern hemisphere to this region right here. This is from the Sidonian Neolithic artists and builders of Mars, where I found these sculpted parts. Megalithic blocks and slabs with protrusions or knobs on them. Little structures on top of structures. Some that looked like a sarcophagus. More disc-like features. Alignment of smaller parts. There's another one of these delta-shaped objects. Hexagon shape there. That there looks like a sculpted eye, like the Eye of Horus. There's another one of those that looks like a sarcophagus or tombstone. Little structures on top of slabs or blocks. A pyramid there. There's another one. Another one of those smaller objects with a little dome on it. So this is the photograph we analyzed. Check out that, another one of those. There's that huge disc. Here's another one, it's just a bit smaller. Here's that disc with a little ring mounted to the one side. Another tombstone, sarcophagus looking object. So that's just to summarize some of those of the video. Check out that object over there. We've got two rounded sides to it, little dome feature there in the center. The part looks like some type of wreckage or part of a machine. Alright, so let's check out some of the other anomalies close by. The Eye of Horus is located here, and the Starship Enterprise in inverted commas. So let's check out those two in the CTX mosaic photographs. And there's the eye. You can see the eyebrow, the two eyelids and little pupil in the center there. And then not too far off to the east, we've got the Starship Enterprise in inverted commas, of course. It's just got a strange shape to it. We've got the rounded disc about 300 meters in diameter, and a smaller, narrower piece coming off to the one side. It looks like the Starship Enterprise without the inner cells. That's why I call it that. Not that it is, guys. Just for comparison reasons. And then let's check out the topography in this part of the photograph. As I say, that region is just next to some hills or a mountain range, and then off to the west we've got that vast plain. So this is the photograph we checked out. to the east we've got these hills and mountains, and then to the west got this vast open plain. With all that said, we've concluded the series. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate your viewership. Thank you for subscribing and supporting my work on PayPal, and if you haven't done so already, please do. Even small contributions will help me a lot to take the channel to the next level. I've got a paypal.me and Patreon account, so do check those out. The links are in the description below. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and over at my blog. And do remember, when you subscribe to my channel, to hit the notifications bell. Thanks again for watching. I hope you found it interesting and informative, and I'll return soon with some more anomalies. Thanks again. Ciao for now.